know, one of the most exciting things about doing this show is that we get a chance to introduce you to a lot of great people and a lot of great events. And the music that you're listening to comes from one of my favorite groups, Kool and the Gang. The song is Celebration, one of their greatest hits, and Kool and the Gang is going to be the subject of our 200th show right here on Impact. So as we celebrate the 200th show episode of this show, we also celebrate the return of Kool and the Gang to this community on behalf of Harris Home for Children. Joining me today to have this conversation about a great event and a great organization is Executive Director Tony McGinnis. Welcome back to the broadcast.
Thanks for having me on this exciting show, 200 show. We got Celebration, Kool and the Gang. What a way to have it.
Man, it all goes together. I'm just so excited today. Blake, our videographer, engineer, and so many other things to this broadcast, may bring out a little cake later and just kind of sit it right here. I don't know if he will or not, but he might, maybe a cupcake or something, and sit it right there, and then we can dive in for sure.
Yes, sir.
Tony, always good to have you. First of all, let's tell people who Harris Home for Children is, or what it is.
Well, Harris Home is a nonprofit who we've been here actually 63 years. We're celebrating 63 years of service right here in the Huntsville, Madison County area. We serve children who, by no fault of their own, have ended up in the custody of Department of Human Resources, and we take care of those children, providing all of their needs from the ages of 12 to 21 until their family situation can get back together or until they age out of care. And a lot of times that's exactly what happened. The children stay in our care for 6, 7 years, and then they age out, and from time to time they come back, and we still somehow find a way to be a nurturing hand to them.
63 years. I mean, that is just an amazing legacy started by some amazing people who are literal legends in this community and around the state and around the nation even. And it's just wonderful to see that this legacy continues to be carried forward today on behalf of young children around the state who end up here in Huntsville getting services through Harris Home. This mission, Harris Home, has to be very gratifying in some ways, but obviously you have challenges as well. And events like this actually go to support Harris Home so that you can perhaps address some of those challenges and strengthen the programs that you have.
Exactly, and one of the things that we're doing with this program in particular is we're trying to build another facility, because what we want to do is serve more children. There's a great need for facilities all across the state, and with the support of the community, we'll be able to expand our services, provide housing for children who are in transition, and be one of those organizations that really are serious about meeting the needs of foster care around the state.
And this is one of those opportunities, I think, across the board, 365 days a year, where people can really put their money where their mouth is when it comes to, you know, I believe that children are our future and we need to invest in them in tangible ways, because kids in transitional experiences really have some unique challenges. Isn't that right?
And, you know, I often tell people, children often come to us with everything that they have in a garbage bag, all their life possessions, and those children who are in transition need a solid place where they can learn life skills, where they can make sure that they have positive role models all around them at all times. And so transitional living is really important. It teaches a child or a young person how to transition out of the system into adulthood, giving them those skills that they need to be functional when they get out.
Yeah, and of course, Harris Home has been doing this for so many years. The model is an extraordinary model, I think, in so many ways, because it's kind of a combination of working with an administrative team that also has some foot soldiers on the ground, and it includes social workers and house parents. I've said this before, and I'm very proud of this as being even part of my own legacy, because coming out of Oakwood, one of my first jobs was as weekend house parent when Harris Home was still on Oakwood Road. And I would go in on Saturday morning. I wouldn't come out again until Monday morning, and, you know, sort of cut my teeth at Harris Home as a young mental health professional. So I have always had a lot of admiration for this facility, have always sought ways to support it in any way that I could. And this kind of event, again, is a signal that Harris Home is here to stay, that kids in transition are here to stay, and that it's important for the community to come together in order to make this a win-win for everybody.
And this is one of the ways that we are really looking for new supporters. There are people who may have not been able to support Harris Home in the past, but bringing Kool the Gang into the city will give those people who are new, who may be in transition to the city themselves, an opportunity to see the big picture, see what we do, and hopefully become a supporter for a long term. And I'm excited because I really think we're going to get new supporters based on this event alone.
Yeah. Well, this is a huge event for sure. You do have, it's Kool the Gang, Harris Home benefit concert. You mentioned a group like Kool the Gang, and the hits go on, Jungle Boogie, Summer Madness, Open Sesame, Get Down on It, Hollywood Swingin', Ladies Night, which is my favorite Kool the Gang song, and then Celebration, one of their biggest hits ever. And they've got this litany of music that really makes people feel good, makes people want to get up and dance, kind of brings people together. It just kind of seems like the perfect group to bring for an event like this.
Exactly. I can remember listening to Celebration when I was a kid. And like you said earlier, it is one of those feel-good songs. I can imagine on March 2nd, when they play that song, people will really be celebrating. And hopefully they'll be celebrating what they've done to help us get into this new facility. I'm just excited about that because I know that the celebration that we're going to have when we're able to open up our facility to more children is going to mean so much more to the children across this state.
And Tony, you're an executive director. You've been in this role now for a while, and you've had a chance to really have not just the 30,000-foot view of what that administrative role is, but you've been in the trenches as well. You've been a foot soldier in so many ways throughout this community, and there are many people that look up to you because of the legacy that you've established and the heart of service that you provide for children as well. I just wonder if you would just give us a little perspective about some of the challenges you face today as an executive director, because the pie that used to be out there that you could draw from has really gotten smaller and smaller. And the organizations that are vying for a piece of that pie actually have grown bigger and bigger. So you have many more people trying to perhaps go after a much smaller pie. Talk about that landscape and why that's challenging for you, and how Harris Home distinguishes itself as an agency that should be the beneficiary of those funds.
Well, it's a blessing and a cursing at the same time. There are so many good organizations doing a lot of good work here in Huntsville, Madison County. Harris Home is one of those organizations that does not have national support. So all of the funds that we receive are from the local community. We don't have an organization that we can pick up the phone and call. So it's very important for people who are living here to understand and get to know the legacy that we have, that we're locally supported. And the children that we serve are right here from our area and throughout the state. So it's very, very important that people understand that we're a standalone. We're kind of like a mom and pop. And the support that we get goes right back into serving the children who are in our facility each and every day. I would definitely encourage those people who are thinking about giving to understand the impact that their dollars will have in remaining right here in this city.
And we honor the legacy, again, of Chessie Harris and her husband, who launched Harris Home so many years ago, the big heart for service that they had just to take care of kids. This is not something that everyone is called to do, but there is definitely a need for it. And for her and her husband to be able to recognize this need and then pursue this calling that had been placed on their life 63 years later, it is still being carried out. It is an incredible commitment to her legacy for people to stand behind that and continue to invest in Harris Home.
And for me, I'm just excited to be a part of that legacy, to know that I've been there now 7 years next month, to be able to carry that legacy a little farther. I'm sure that if they could see where the organization is now, they'd be proud of where we are and proud of the community support that they're receiving because of the heart that they had 63 years ago and the vision that they had. of starting to serve children who didn't have a place to go. So I'm just excited to be a baton carrier, for lack of a better phrase, to this organization. And I'm just excited that we'll be able to continue to provide so much more care for those children who need us most.
Well, you characterize yourself as a baton carrier. I'm going to call you a torch bearer too, because you're definitely shining the light in the community and leading the way for so many young people and being an inspiration to them as well. It's Harris Home for Children Benefit Concert. It's Kool the Gang, coming Thursday, March the 2nd, to the Von Braun Center Arena. A great venue to have some great live music from a legendary band. And how can people get more information about that?
Well, we've created a website. Actually, not a website, but we've created a Facebook page. You can go to the Harris Home Facebook page to get more information. You can actually check out our website, harrishomeforchildren.org. You'll find information on that website. You can go to ticketmaster.com. You can call Harris Home. If you're thinking about supporting the event, call us. We'll send information out. There are so many different ways. We actually have a Harris Home Yahoo account, which is HH4C fundraiser at yahoo.com. You can email us. We're just trying to get this information out in multiple ways so that people who want to get involved can get involved and support this great event. I hate for somebody to miss out on the celebration, miss out on Kool the Gang, and miss out on the opportunity to support a very worthy cause and support children who really need them the most.
Yeah, and I mean, we've talked about this before, just the whole notion of how volunteers are always appreciated and valued and needed to make this process work. And we always have to give a shout out for them, because I know you work with interns and volunteers and a variety of people that help many nonprofits in this community push their agendas forward. And we could not do it without those individuals.
Exactly, and our board has done a tremendous job of putting this event together. I'm excited that they've taken on this challenge, and I really, really look forward to March 2nd, the VBC being sold out, having a good time, all on behalf of Harris Home for Children.
All right, well, it's Kool the Gang. I mean, you can't get better than that. I hear my favorite song, Ladies Night, in my ear right now. We're actually going to go out of this segment on another great Kool the Gang song, Jungle Boogie, which I remember from so long ago. But the music is timeless. And again, it takes place on March the 2nd at the Von Braun Center Arena. And people can get more information by doing what?
Checking out Harris Home for Children website. We have tables available for those who want to get there early and enjoy the activities before the concert, and then you can go to ticketmaster.com to get tickets. Right now, we're doing a special from February 1st till February 15th, where we have discounted tickets. And what an awesome way to celebrate Valentine's Day by going out and getting a ticket to this event. So, so many ways to get involved. Please do.
Yeah, and we really do have a great community that comes behind organizations like yours that does so many great things for young people. It's why we have a great community. And so I want to thank Tony McGinnis, Executive Director of Harris Home for Children, and the benefit concert, Kool the Gang, is coming. I mean, I can't wait.
I can't either. I want to thank you for having me, especially on your 200th show. This is such a privilege and an honor, and I'm glad you were able to have us.
Man, I couldn't think of a better show to do for my 200th show. It's all about a celebration. And what better information can we share than that Kool the Gang is going to be coming to support Harris Home. That's what it looks like, folks. And we hope that you'll definitely take advantage of this opportunity to be a part of this great fundraiser. I also hope that you have enjoyed the information that we've shared today, and that you will take advantage of this opportunity to support an organization that for 63 years has done it better than anybody else. You know, it's interesting as we think about the legacy of so many of our heroes and individuals, especially during Black History Month. This is a great way to honor some of those great contributions by supporting the Harris Home for Children and the great work that they've done and the legacy of its founders. We hope that you've enjoyed this broadcast, and we hope that you'll like our Facebook page where you can see a video of the show that you just watched, as well as some behind-the-scenes shots of what happens when the cameras stop rolling. For Impact, I'm Kenny Anderson. I hope that you have a great day.
Down with the boogie.